You're listening to the Chopped Podcast, episode number 102. Hey everyone, you've tuned in for another episode of FriChats.
Yeah,
Hi, Cara.
baby. Hey, what's up, Marley?
Not much. What about you?
Oh, I'm just sitting here with my big old belly on the couch.
And we should clarify, not that there's anything wrong with having a big old belly, but yours has a purpose.
Yeah, I ate too many burritos. Oh no, sorry. I'm actually 7.5 months pregnant. This little
That's
baby's
so
ready to pop
exciting.
soon.
I saw the picture on Facebook and you look gorgeous.
Thank you. I feel really lucky that it's been a smooth pregnancy for the most part,
Yep.
and I just feel so blessed. I feel so blessed. I've waited a long time for this. I'm an old woman,
Yeah.
so I'm so excited.
Well, I think just by way of introduction for people who haven't been following along with FriChats, I'm Marly. I'm with the site Namely Marly, and you are?
I'm Cara with the blog Fork and Beans.
And we are here for FriChats. And Kara, I love it when you describe what FriChats are. Can you tell everybody?
Oh, pressure. Okay. FriChats is just a condensed version of our thoughts of all things spiritual, emotional, etc. that deals with blogging. I mean, you think it, we say it, right?
I think that's so good. That's exactly what you may be thinking it. We actually put it out there into the
Right,
world.
right. There are so many people who are feeling the exact feelings that we are talking about in these topics, and we're just addressing it. And it's not about, the technical side of blogging, it's about the emotional side, the spiritual side, and the mental side of it. Not that blogging's mental, but you get what I mean.
I think it actually can be very mental
You're
because
right.
I can
You're right.
oftentimes feel myself way up in my head and I just have to
Oh, I
say,
was just thinking crazy. Okay. You're right, though. Keep going with that. Yes.
I'm thinking thoughts.
Okay, me too. Yeah, that's
Actually,
where I
I
was
probably
going.
could have some mental thoughts sometimes because I think I kind of talk to myself and sometimes I might even talk back. I don't know.
Yes, too many thoughts can drive you crazy. So we're on the same track here. I like that.
So the goal of this is to make us a little bit less crazy because we can say these things.
Or to commiserate and go, "Hey, you think that way too? Cool.
Yeah,
I'm not alone."
it's okay to be crazy then.
Exactly. Exactly.
I love it. So today's topic is one I'm really excited about because everybody should know that Kara and I kind of bounce these ideas back and forth with each other, and sometimes it's your idea, sometimes it's mine. Today we're talking about wealth versus happiness. It's a factor, and that's what we're talking about.
Yes. And the fact that we are almost so consumed with this idea that we have to make a 6 or 7 figure income as bloggers. And if we don't do that, we're failures. What do you think about that, Marley?
Well, that's what I read on Facebook, so it must be true, right?
Right, right.
No, seriously. I mean, like on Facebook, it does seem like every other feed item is somebody that's probably sponsored some ad that's saying, here's how you can get a six-figure salary as a blogger.
Have you ever clicked on that and tried to figure out what their secret was?
Yeah, and it's always a webinar and they're always selling something.
Right, right. And not just like selling some, it's like a $2,000 webinar that's going to change your life.
Yeah, $2,000 is a lot of money. I mean, that's a lot of money to spend to make money, right?
I should start charging that for recipes for people to come to my site, and then I'd have 6 to 7 figures now.
This recipe will change your life.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, we're on to something.
I think so.
Oh, I like that. Yep. Yeah, I think it's a little difficult. It's different with food blogging versus topical blogging, where some genres of food bloggers can do webinars. I can see it working out. But it is a little more difficult to have a product that is that much money, aside from, say, like a sponsored post.
Right.
So it makes it a little trickier to adhere to these principles on getting a 6 to 7 figure income for a food blogger.
I agree. I mean, I know there's some food bloggers who put out these income reports, and so there can be this expectation that that becomes the model and that anything short of that model is failure. And I think that's something we have
Yes.
to be kind of careful about.
And can I put this out there? You guys don't have to listen to me, but in fact, everything I say you can just completely dismiss. Stop reading income reports, please. Like, stop. If it makes you feel bad about yourself and where you're at, nobody needs that in their business. Nobody
Right.
needs that. If you see it as a means to encourage you that, oh my gosh, that's possible, I can do that, okay, great, then good. Let it be an encouragement, let it be something you're attaining to. But if you come back to certain blog reports about their income reports and you are feeling horrible about making $300 this month, you need to stop because it's not doing anyone good.
Yes, that's good advice, actually.
And that kind of just goes into why we're talking about this idea between wealth versus happiness. There's a lot of talk about these high figure numbers, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about being like fulfilled as a human being, being fulfilled as a blogger, feeling good that you said no to a certain brand because it didn't fit your style, staying true to yourself, and why that's important too. So why is it important, Marley?
Well, I do think, okay, I mean, just speaking personally, wealth, money, those are, it's like an external validation of what you're doing. I know
That's
that
very
when
good.
I get
Yeah,
in that mindset, that's exactly what I'm
you're
feeling like.
absolutely right. My
Yeah.
gosh.
It feels good to make money. And when I see these, when I have seen those reports of other sites, it does start to feel like, well, they're way more successful because they have figured this out. They have somehow, monetized it in an extreme way.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well, and most of these sites, we're talking about significant traffic too.
Yeah.
For the most part, and not all of us are going to have that traffic. We kind of have to let that go. Not everyone's going to have a 6 to 7 figure. I don't know if I'm ever going to make 30 grand a month, nor do I even know if I even care to make 30 grand a month. That's not necessarily my goal. And so to feel less successful because maybe it's, an eighth of that, it's crazy.
I think you're onto something, Kara, because, okay, you were telling me earlier about this $75,000 cap. Can you talk about that?
So I read somewhere, that's always that's always
That's
a
a,
good starter, right?
yeah,
Really
very
credible.
legitimate.
No, it's legit. So I read somewhere though, and it's been passing around for a while now, that they say after you hit $75,000 a year, it won't make you happier. Like, that is the cap. And so once you start making more than that, who knows? You start thinking like, oh, I need more, maybe more stuff, or I need to make more money, or whatever. It doesn't create inner happiness the way you think it is. Like, everyone thinks I'm going to win the lottery and that's going to finally make me happy. No, it's not. $75,000 will, and that's it. Just kidding.
I know I've read studies about lottery winners that within a year, they're oftentimes right back to where they started.
Because it's all about what's already inside you to
Yeah.
begin with. If you're ungrateful about money, or if your story that you tell yourself about money is that, oh, I'm never going to make money, or money does nothing but cause trouble, or when I have money, then people abandon me, you're going to live out that story. That's just the way it works in our subconscious. So if you're not happy with who you are and content with what you have already, yeah, keep earning more money. It's not going to do you any good. It's not going to
Well,
make
and
you
think
happy.
about it. I mean, I could imagine in an industry like food blogging that you probably could get to 75,000 and still be doing things yourself. You might have a web developer, you might have a virtual assistant that does some things for you. But above that mark, you're probably going to have to start hiring people, and then things start to get more complex.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I can see where there's a
Exactly.
lot of truth to this number.
Yes. Yeah. And like, so I think about my position being pregnant and having this incredible opportunity to still make more money than I ever have in any other job
Yeah.
and almost work part time. I mean, I really have been while I've been pregnant. There have been spurts where I've definitely worked really hard, but I'm also trying to take it easy. I can't say that about any other profession, and so it's like maybe I in my mind I think I still need to make more money in order to do X, Y, and Z. I'm pretty blessed and lucky that already like I can do this and support myself. You know?
And so is there value in that? I mean, if we're looking at like on the
Yeah,
scale
that's a
and
great question.
on one side we have wealth and on the other side we have happiness. And of course, I'm not trying to say that, it's like one is at the expense of the other. You can be happy
Right.
doing work that you
You're
absolutely
absolutely
love to
right.
do.
Yes. That's a great point.
However, you also I feel like it's important to have work-life balance and I can easily see food blogging. I have actually had periods where it consumes all my time. And so, finding ways to like actually read a book or go for a walk in the middle of the day or things that can really make you happy. I think it's really important to find that balance.
And I think that's perfect because it needs to be included in these make your 6 or 7 figure incomes. It
Yes.
needs to be a pairing. I just don't think that these are separate issues. They should always be talked about together because like I have witnessed some food bloggers who work so hard, and not to say, I mean, good for you, but
Right.
at the expense of a life. And for me personally, that's just not worth it at all. Like, Marley, and if you've been listening to the podcast, you guys know that I'm a little obsessed with Halloween, right?
Yes, yes.
But Homegirl has been tired. I've been tired.
Oh.
And so, oh my gosh, 2 days in a row on Instagram. I'm like, I just don't even want to post anything about Halloween. I'm just done. I don't want to post anything, period. And that was more important to me to honor what I needed at that time and just to take a break and to realize Instagram will still be there when I come back and I'm ready
Mhm.
to come back. So that's more important to me than to keep pushing myself in order to get more people to like me and more hearts and comments and interaction for what, it's always like what we talk about. And then what? Okay, now you made 75 grand. Now what? Now what? You want to go for 6 figures? Sure, you're going to get that. Then now what? At what expense?
At what point is it enough? Is that what you're asking? At what
Yes.
point? Yeah. What is the goal there? Is it yeah. I think to be able to find that sweet spot where you are both fulfilled in your work and also, happy in your life, I feel like that really is that just is so powerful.
Yeah, so it requires you to sit down with yourself and to ask yourself, where do I want to go with this?
Yeah.
And at what point am I going to really be happy, and to be really honest with that answer and then
I
rock
love it.
on.
I just got this book, Kara, I wanted to tell you about. We love
Yeah,
talking about books, don't we?
we're like the book club. Yes, the Oprah book club.
So this is Grace Bonney. She's the founder of Design Sponge. She's
Oh,
actually going to be on the
yes.
show in a few
Oh,
weeks.
that's
I'm really
exciting.
excited. Yep. And they sent me this book. It's In the Company of Women.
I like it already.
It's inspiration and advice from over 100 makers, artists, and entrepreneurs. And it's a gorgeous book. I just love it. And it's basically interviewing all of these wonderful women entrepreneurs and talking about what inspires them and what has helped them get to the point that they're at. And it has renewed in me, kind of like I've been thinking about our FriChats discussions, and I've been thinking about my blog, and I've been thinking about this book, and like, what would what am I going for here? Am I really trying to create a blog that's like every other blog out there? Because this blog, they post 4 times a week and they do this many recipes and they do that.
Mm.
And they put it on Instagram and they do these things. So it's like, I kind of think like, am I trying to create this formula or am I trying to find out what am I trying to create for my site and how can I follow that passion?
I think that that is the question of every human being, right? When you
Yeah.
sit down and you're silent and you finally hear what's going on in life, is to ask, what makes me happy? And it's going to be so different. There are going to be people, you ask food bloggers or whomever, creative types, who say, uh, making that six figure income is what's going to make me happy. Then by all means pursue it, you know. But then there's going to be other people who says, I just want the freedom to be with my family and to make dinner for my husband or when he gets home from work, and be that, you know, stability in the
Hmm.
household, whatever it might be. But like, that's up to us to ask ourselves, like, what kind of artist do I want to be?
Right.
What kind of blogger do I want to be? And I don't have to be like Design Sponge. I don't have to be like so and so. I don't have to be like namely
Yes.
Marley. I can just be me. But what does that look like? And that takes effort.
Actually hearing you say that, I wanted to share with you. I think this is another topic we should go into one of these days, but I have been thinking a lot lately about the difference between I want and I am. And I actually had this, I feel like I live in I want a lot. I want more traffic. I want to make more money. I want, I want to lose weight. I want, just whatever. It's all
Yeah.
there. And I had this kind of revelation one day that I want is a little bit like a child statement. Like I can imagine a little child either throwing a temper tantrum or just saying I want, I want, I want. And then I realized, as I kind of went for a walk to think about that for a while, what is the opposite? What should I be doing? And I realized I am is a more powerful place to be at. So I've been trying to focus lately on like, okay, so the reason I thought about that is because you're talking about money. And so let's say
Yes.
I would say I want to make 6 figures. I feel like if I'm saying those words, what am I actually going for? It's probably the feeling I have, the sense of confidence I have, the sense of success that I feel about myself. And so I wonder if I can't just create those feelings in myself by saying I am successful, I am confident. I don't know, just a thought.
Well, I have you ever come across a person who works for themselves, not just saying bloggers, but anything, where you go, really, you're making that much money? Like how? Your stuff's not that great. And that's so subjective and so judgmental on what a jerk I am. I'm sorry. I know we've all thought it though, but you almost can't believe like certain
Yes.
people, you know that your stuff might be better. What's the difference though? The difference is the fact that they have dealt with their crap already. They believe in themselves and they probably are telling themselves those I am statements, and they're going for their stuff. All the while we, or you know, whomever, has this fear element or something that's kind of holding them back from believing that they are worth becoming who they really want to be. I think that's another topic too. Let's just like write down all of our new topic ideas, because like that's a very big one too. The difference between believing yourself and constantly second guessing yourself. Because I can
Oh,
guarantee you, those people who aren't, maybe their pictures aren't as quality as yours, but they're rocking it, it's because they have a totally different tape running in their head than you do.
yes. And just this whole notion of believing in yourself. I mean, honestly, I feel like as an entrepreneur, there's nothing that can rock your sense of self-confidence like putting yourself out there like that. And
Yeah.
doing it day in and day out can be really a struggle. So that's why I actually feel like these I am statements are even more powerful because even if it's just something as simple as I am kind, I am loving, just things that you know for sure are true about yourself. I feel like that kind of sets the stage for my day and I feel like I'm a little more confident as a result.
Well, because you're changing those tapes in your head. You're
Yes.
changing those stories that you've once believed. I'm ugly. No, I'm beautiful. And eventually they battle out those horrific things that you tell yourself on a day-to-day basis. And they keep you perpetuating in your story. I think this is why it's so important that when we talk about money in our business, we have to talk about like internal happiness too,
Yes.
because they are so connected. And yeah, there are people who are rocking it and they're just maybe horrible people. Who knows? I don't know. Sometimes the universe just does not make any sense whatsoever.
Yes.
But for us to be alone with ourselves, because that's what we are every day, and to create that internal harmony, we have to start dealing with ourselves and our stories and those I am versus I want statements and etc. And start getting really honest with ourselves.
You know what else really helps is just talking to you. I just feel this sense of confidence just coming over me right now. Is there
You
some
are good
value?
enough, you're smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like you, Marley.
I
That's what
just
you
want
were
there's
waiting
gotta be
for.
value to saying these words out loud and reminding ourselves, huh?
It's oh my gosh, it's like a ever growing list of things just to keep like reminding yourself of.
It's true. I need to have sticky notes all over my desk.
Well, at the end of the day, it's all about being gentle on yourself, right?
Right.
In everything. Like maybe you're not telling yourself the right mantras. Be gentle on yourself, little one. You're still learning. I always say that to myself. I call myself beloved. It's probably
Aw.
because I watch the OWN channel and I can't pronounce her name. It's really hard for me. Ayanla, um,
Okay.
Zanvan, or oh, see, I told you, I totally botched it. She is the most amazing therapist, and she's written all
Really?
these self-help books. Oh my God, she's amazing. And she goes into people's lives and help them. We're totally off topic here, but no, not really. But when she addresses her clients, she calls them beloved, and it just gives me all the like the warm fuzzies. She's so gentle and sweet, and so it's like, oh, I want to start calling myself that too, because that comes with power, and it says that I'm worth something. And not that I don't believe I'm worth something, but it's just
Well, there's
finally
value in
getting
that.
it.
There's value in the word beloved, right? In other words,
Yeah.
I'd say it's like saying you value yourself.
Yeah, so be gentle on yourself, little beloved. Like it's going to be okay, and maybe you're not where you need to be yet with finances and whatnot, but change those stories. It's coming. But be gentle, and again, stop reading those income reports.
Oh, I love it. I don't know. I think we might have covered it. Do you think you have anything else to add to this topic?
I think we're all happier people because of this.
I I
But no,
I truly am. From the time we started this conversation to this moment, I am so much
I
happier.
don't need money because I'm so dang happy. Let's go.
Awesome. You know what? I've been taking notes as we've been talking, and I'm going to get the links of things that we've been talking about here, and I'll put it
Awesome.
on the show notes page in case anybody else wants to check those things out too.
Yeah, I'll find the article. That
Yes,
was
find
such a
that
good idea. Okay,
$75,000 figure
done.
article, and I'll
Done.
find the one about winning the lottery doesn't change your life, and
Perfect. We're
we'll
gonna
find out who
bombard you with so much info.
who the beloved counselor is. We'll get her.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, I love her. Okay, gotta go.
It'll all be on the show notes page. So, hey, thanks, Kara. This was another great episode of FriChats.
Just adore you, Marley. I'll talk to you next time.
Okay.
Bye.